Hi, we're Richard and Jackie from Early Retirement Wanderlust, and we are 6 days into our 6-week road trip down through France, over to Sardinia and coming back through Corsica.
One of the things we've realised in the first 6 days is how different we feel when we're actually on the road on our campervan road trips. So what we want to do in this video is to take you through what we think are some of the benefits to our physical and mental health when we are on the road in our early retirement. If you've been watching the channel a while, you will know that we love our road trips, and in particular, we love our really long road trips. But it seems like ages since we've done a big Euro trip, and we are just so excited for this next 6 weeks on the road. But one of the things we've noticed is in these first few days, we're starting to feel a lot different about our life on the road as opposed to our life at home.
Yeah, we've already noticed just how much more active we are, how much we are sleeping so much better. There has been so many benefits already just in those 6 days, and we thought we would do a quick video and just share with you our thoughts on perhaps why that is.
We have made some notes. It's very much unlike us, and hopefully it's just going to be us talking from the heart. So let's get on with it.
So something that's really surprised us, and one of the biggest things that we've noticed, is just how physically active we've been in the last 6 days. Bearing in mind, we're actually on a bit of a tour. We're on a bit of a sightseeing phase of our trip at the moment. We've driven nearly 1,000 miles. We haven't stayed anywhere for more than one night. We've not intentionally gone out and done any hiking. But when I've looked back over the data, I've actually averaged over the last 6 days 13,196 steps per day, which is higher than, interestingly, when we live in the Dales and we're going out hiking quite regularly and on really long hikes. So that was interesting. We've walked 42 miles and I've done 87,000 steps in just those last 6 days, which is quite incredible.
And I think it's that sort of unintentional activity that just sort of sneaks up on you that you don't really realise and you don't have the opportunity for at home. So we're on a big campsite at the moment, and we've worked out it's about 2,000 steps to reception and back, and we've had to do that once each this morning. So those sort of little things add up, and being in the campervan as well. I mean, I like to have the campervan parked up and then just get out on foot or on the bike. And you just wouldn't necessarily do that when you're at home. Whereas when you're touring around, we tend to leave the campervan and just do a lot more legwork. So it's that lower intensity, but we just seem to be doing much more of it, don't we?
And I don't know, you say it's lower intensity. I don't know whether it helps that we're in the Dordogne at the moment, but we're only on Tuesday. We've not gone out on any intentional hikes, but my Garmin watch has recorded that I've already done 147 minutes of intensity minutes for this week, which is really quite high. Sometimes I can get to Sunday and I've not done that.
It does help that the closest village to us is a 300-metre vertical downhill to get to it, but that's by the by. That's
maybe a bit of an exaggeration. It's only 100 metres, but yeah, we're doing quite a lot of elevation unintentionally. Something we've noticed, and I think that's very much linked to the fact that we are a lot more physically active, and I think possibly for you particularly mentally active, doing a lot of driving, is our sleep. Interestingly, I have slept, I do sleep for England anyway, but I've slept for over 9 hours a night. Really good quality sleep, hardly waking up at all. And again, I notice the difference that makes to then my mental health the next day.
Yeah, we've always said it. We both get our best sleep when we're in the van, which is a really bizarre situation. I'm not like Jackie. I'm not the world's most natural sleeper, but I do feel really at ease. And I think part of it is to do with the being in the great outdoors, and it tires you out a little bit more. And I think you're a bit more attuned to the light situation and the natural light. I'm not going all hippie on you or anything, but I think it fits into the natural rhythm of things that we tend to, when it starts getting dark, we tend to go to bed and go to sleep.
Yeah, and we're quite early sleepers anyway, aren't we? I think you're probably asleep by 9 o'clock most nights, which is why you wake up so early. I tend to perhaps potter and read on my Kindle a little bit longer, but I wake up later.
Yeah, and in the dawn, I tend to wake up with the dawn, and that's quite fine, and I really enjoy that. And consequently, I'm getting longer sleep, but I'm also getting better quality sleep as well.
I'm feeling like a little bit of a stats geek here, because it's normally Richard that throws stats at you.
Oh no, you are a stato. You're an absolute stato.
But something I have noticed as well when I've looked at my data on my Garmin is my heart rate. When I'm at home and generally pottering about, for the last 4 weeks up until us going away, my average heart rate has been about 58 beats per minute for a resting heart rate. And since we've been away, it's gone down. It's gone down to 53 beats per minute. That's not a huge difference, but it is quite significant, showing that we are, I suppose, more calm.
I think it's just showing that your body recovers a little bit better as well. When you that little bit calmer, there's a little bit less stress when you're on the road, even though it sometimes doesn't feel that way. But yeah, a good resting heart rate and a drop in resting heart rate is always going to be a good thing.
And then you've just talked about the less stress on the road. We've both talked a lot about the fact that when we're on the road, we are travelling, we're enjoying taking in what we're doing, and we're so busy sort of thinking about where we're going next and enjoying being in the moment of where we are, that stress seems to go out the window.
Yeah, I think you just get a little bit better perspective on life. And again, I don't want to go down my hippy-dippy route, as Jackie says, but you just tend to realise that life can be really simple, and we enjoy our travels and we immerse ourselves and we sort of get into that flow state of just really enjoying it. And you just realise that sometimes, I think myself, when I'm sat at home, I sometimes think my world's like really, really tiny, and I start obsessing about small things that I really shouldn't be obsessing about. And actually, the world is a massive place, and just by getting out here and adventuring, it just gives you that perspective of actually some of the things that perhaps I've been worrying about in the past and things like that aren't actually that important.
And I think you don't do downtime very easily when we're at home. So when we're at home, you will sit and think of things that you need to do, even though we don't need to do them.
Yeah.
Whereas we're on the road, we are just travelling, we're just thinking about what we're doing in the moment, and you've not got time to sit and think about lists of jobs. We know the things that we need to do, but we don't need to do them. It's just that you want to do them.
Yeah, and I still have my concerns and my worries. So I'm thinking about where are we moving on to tomorrow, because we haven't got any plans for that. We've sort of got a rough idea, but those are newfound perspectives, and it's really nice to, as Jackie said, to sort of be in the moment when you're on the road. And being in the moment happens so much more often when you're on a road trip as to when you sat at home. Now, this next one is a bit of a contentious one. And it's a contentious one between us both, because I think that when we're on the road, that we are better at disconnecting from the outside world and pressures that perhaps squeeze on us. Whereas Jackie sort of said, when we're thinking about social media and things like that, by the nature of what we do, it is quite hard to disconnect.
It is, but I quite enjoy what we're doing. I try and put a Instagram post on every day. Some of that so that our family, my mum and our kids, can see what we're up to and where we are. So I am on social media, but I'm not consuming it as much. I'm putting stuff out there, but I'm not physically going and trawling through social media as much as I perhaps would when we're at home.
And one of the best things, I've worked really hard on this throughout my entire early retirement, really, is disconnecting from the news media. And that is so much easier when you're out on the road, because there isn't really as much time, there isn't really as much downtime for that. And I haven't got the interest in it anyway. And yeah, it just makes life a little bit simpler.
I flick through the news apps just to make sure we know that there's no big world disasters, usually coming out of America. And yeah, it's been okay for the last week, but that's as far as we go.
And connected with that, of life being a little bit simpler, I think that's a big one for when you're on the road. And one of the things we've definitely realised over the course of the last six days is how much simpler life is when you're on the road. We have less stuff, although it might not feel like it because the van is jam-packed. But in terms of things that we can lay our hands on, we definitely have less stuff. And therefore, we have more space, whether that be physical space, sat outside the van, or mental space. And it just puts us in a much happier place.
Yeah, Richard likes like simple things. You like not having lots of clutter around you.
Yeah, but it's other things. It's just having a simple routine in the day. So we get up, we decide where we're going to go, we go there, we settle in, and that's us. We have a simple cooking routine. You have to when you're in the van, because you can't cook anything too sophisticated, although we are trying with our new outdoor kitchens and things like that. But it keeps it really simple. We're not necessarily thinking about, our supermarket shop for the week. We're thinking about what do we need for the next few days, and that living from sort of hand to mouth, I just really like that.
I like the fact that although we are out travelling, we seem to have spent less. Taking away, granted, we've spent a lot of money on petrol. We were saying that yesterday.
Yeah.
We have probably had 1 or 2 coffees out a day, but the coffees are €1.90, €2 each. And I think we've been spending an average of about 10, 15 euros a day. And then we did do a bit of a shop at Lidl, but even that was 60 euros. I think in the last week, we have spent less than our weekly shopping budget at home, or our weekly budget that we have of £200.
And that includes all of our accommodation, which is just absolutely crazy. But we've thought it for a while that actually being at home is really quite expensive. And there's all those temptations to spend and all of those things that you've been thinking about buying and stuff like that.
It's all those Amazon deliveries that we keep getting.
Yeah. There's no Amazon deliveries out here, which is really refreshing, which again is just another sort of strand of a simpler life.
We've really enjoyed being on the road this last few days. We have already bumped into, I would say, at least 10, 15 pairs of subscribers, if you like. And it's really quite friendly. We've probably every day bumped into people that have recognised us. And it just makes it so friendly that we do stop and chat with people, so it's not as lonely on the road. When we live in the Dales, we live really out in the sticks, and we can go for days at a time where we don't see anyone at all, never mind anyone else that knows who we are. We might just chat to our neighbours a little bit, but that's it.
Yeah, and being on the road, I think it's one of the big concerns for people, particularly if you're a solo traveller. The idea that you could be lonely, whereas actually we've definitely found in this first 6 days it's so much more enriching. And just the simple thing of clocking number plates. I know it sounds really sad. Our linguistic skills are really poor, and much to our embarrassment. I'd absolutely love to be able to speak French to the locals and things like that, but I'm just not up to that. But when you spot an English number plate, there's almost like a
camaraderie
or a coming together, and it's just really nice to chew the fat with people that you'd never come across, and that doesn't really happen when we're at our home base in the Dales.
And we're really enjoying that, because when you do talk to people, they are sharing their knowledge with you, they're sharing their ideas and where they've been. So it's giving us ideas of things to do as well.
And the last thing we want to share with you, and we do this in very, very different ways, no surprises there, is to do with gratitude and just being grateful for what we have rather than thinking about what we don't have. And when you're on the road, we've got such an opportunity to get out there and experience these wonderful places. Almost on a daily basis, we have moments of awe and wonder that just light up our lives, and we're just really grateful for that. Now, I do my daily gratitude, and I make a point of writing 3 things every morning that I'm really grateful for. And then on the night, I tend to write down everything that's happened in the day that I'm really, really grateful for. And it just makes you realise we have got so much to be grateful for in our lives, no matter how simple or how complex they are. And I think it's much easier on the road. Jax obviously does it in a different way.
Do you know, I think I probably do it through looking through photos, because I do our Instagram posts every morning. But I'll look at them and think, do you know, we've just so lucky. We've been to all of these incredible places, even just looking back on the previous 24 hours, because I do them sort of a couple of days behind, of thinking where we've been, what we've seen, people that we've met. Yeah, already in 6 days, we can't believe how incredibly fortunate we've been to experience all of those things.
So that's it. We would love to know whether you've got any thoughts on this, whether your life changes when you're on the road and you're road tripping, or whether it brings anything new to your life. We've shared a little bit of our thoughts, so we'd love you to share in the comments below what changes for you when you're on the road. Does any of the stuff that we've talked about resonate, or are we in Jackie's phrase, is just going down a hippy-dippy trail and we're way off the point.
Yeah, we definitely feel, though, that we are physically a lot more active. We are trying really hard to eat plenty of fresh foods, and we are making sure that we cook every day properly. And we've spent quite a lot of money of our budget that we did spend in Lidl. It was on fresh fruits and vegetables. So we are making an effort with that. But we do just feel both physically and mentally a lot more healthy.
So I'm trying to think now how all of this fits into our scheme of videos. And I think the next video on Sunday is going to be the start of this road trip. And
it'll be the ferry crossing across to Le Havre, because we didn't do Dover-Calais or the shuttle train because it was actually really quite cheap, and we'll talk about that in the video. And then, yeah, we had a really awesome couple of days exploring the Normandy beaches.
So we'll catch up with you then. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.